Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and I thought I might as well profile my vampires since they've made a glorious return. I will do an update on my Nouvelle deck when I've shown more what it's supposed to do, and shown the field spell in action, at least in a real life game. But I'll need more games with that. But for now, I'm profiling vampires. It's not that much different from before, other than the fact that it has a pot of greed in it. But otherwise, I don't think anything's changed. So for the vampire lineup, we've got 2 copies of my personal favourite vampire and favourite zombie in the game, Vampire Lord. I know it's typically not played anymore, but I still want to, because, well, the archetype wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for Vampire Lord. I'm sure there's better builds that don't play it, but I don't care. I want to play it my way. Then 1 Voivode, 2 copies of Scarlet Scourge, then 2 copies of Shadow Vampire, 1 Duke, 2 Fraulines, incredible hand trap. I don't know whether or not to make it a favourite. Then 2 copies of Sorcerer, 2 copies of Retainer, and 2 copies of Familiar. Then 2 copies of Mizuki in odd rarities. Yeah, I know, this is supposed to be a free of, like for any zombie deck, but I don't have a 3rd one. As soon as I do, I will put it in. It's just a shame that they're in odd rarities. Oh well. And then the last monster is 3 copies of Unizombie to give me some synchro plays, or some additional rank 5 plays. That's it for the monsters. On with the spells. So for the spells, I have 2 copies of Vampire's Desire, a Foolish Burial and Monster Reborn rolled into 1 for them. Then 3 copies of Domain to give me an additional normal summon of a vampire, and gain life points when I inflict damage with a vampire. Or is it any zombie? No, just a vampire. Then Allure of Darkness, Foolish Burial, Dragon's Mirror, so I can bring out Dragon Necro, then Burial from a different dimension, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, because it's Richician format, not the normal current format, Regeki, and finally Twin Twisters. So yeah, that's the only difference in the main deck really. The trap lineup I don't believe has changed since last time. So 2 copies of Awakening, 3 copies of Vampire Domination, and finally Storming Mirror Force. That's pretty much it. And then for the extra deck, only 1 fusion, which is Dragon Necro, the Never Soul Dragon, and I actually do have a Dark Soul token to use with it. Synchros consist of Beals and Black Rose Dragon. And now for Exceeds, because it's mainly an Exceeds deck, 2 copies of the Zombie Vampire, actually a bit tricky to go into, but you know, there are ways I can do it. And Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, 2 copies of Dampier Vampire Sheridan, then Wallow, founder of the Drudge Dragons. I don't think I've used that yet. I know it did come up in a Royal Rumble at some point, and it caused a bit of an issue with its attack gaining effect, but yeah, it is what it is. Then Crimson Knight Vampire Bram. I swear I'm the only vampire player who still plays it, unless Wyvern Watch still does. I forget his vampire deck lineup. And finally, Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon. And then for links, 2 copies of Vampire Fascinator, and 2 copies of Vampire Soccer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I do need some more ways to go into the zombie vampire and Dampier Sheridan a bit more easily, but other than that, yeah, still works pretty well and is a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.